In this video, we are going to make a ton of progress and come really close to finishing this MOC, so make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see the progress. But real quick, if you like seeing these MOC videos, please subscribe and like this video so I know to keep making them. Now, let's open some bricklink orders. So in here we have a bunch of tiles, it looks like, and then these snot bricks, which I need for the castle wall, the hexagonal wall. These gold 1x1s with the hole are just for a future MOC, and then some other like cheese slopes and things that I needed in that bag. Some larger tiles for tiles, so that will be nice to cover some ground with the road tiling. And then just some 1x1 plates and tiles, and then some wedge slopes, wedge bricks, and then a bunch of these in dark tan. I thought they would be nice to have for some rock work in the future. So it looks like I got about 8 of those or so. And then a bunch of legs. I need these to make the windows. So I really didn't have very many, just plain light bluish gray legs. So I had to get a bunch of those for that, and then just some other random little pieces that I thought would be useful or I needed for different things. Let's actually pull that small bag out and look a little closer. So this hammer I needed for a MOC, then just some of these more transparent blue pieces that are nice for water and waterfalls that you've seen me use in other MOCs, a bunch of feathers, and this club piece. So it doesn't look like very many different pieces, but the bulk of it is all of these transparent blue tiles for the water. I think this was almost 500 tiles. So yeah, it's always less like in person than you think it will be. But I think this should hopefully be enough for the MOC. If not, I can get a few more, but that should be pretty good. And then just some other random pieces that I thought would be useful. These white plant seaweed pieces. I don't have any in white, so that was kind of cool to get. And then just some more of these pieces that are nice for like elven builds, and some other small little pieces. Packed in there very tightly. Okay, let's see. I don't even really remember what I got here. A bunch more of these cheese slopes. Definitely need a ton of those for the towers. Some these tiles with the like rounded corner. Some more tiles. Some of these wedge slopes, corner slopes. Plates. Just some 1x1 bricks. Even more of these 2 wide cheese slopes. I needed a ton of those. So this says, I guess there's 43 in this bag and 57 in this bag. Then some dark gray cheese slopes. I needed some of these pieces for another project. Some dark gray of these. I use these a lot. These are really useful for rock pieces. One of the most useful like slope pieces for rock work. So anytime a store has some more of them for a good price, I'll just grab them. I needed these for another project as well. Some more just like wedge slopes. Some black whips just come in handy for who knows what. Just a couple extra tiles. I think I just grabbed whatever they had in the store. And then a bunch of these like energy pieces that work really well for water. And now that we finally have all of these clear transparent blue tiles, we can finally go ahead and start working on the water, and that has just been needing to happen for a long time. So this is just really satisfying to actually get all these tiles in place and kind of see what this is going to look like with at least the water portion somewhat finished. I think the 2 layers of transparent pieces with the plates and then the tiles is actually really nice and adds to a little bit more of a transparent effect for the water. So I'm happy I did that, even though it is a little bit more parts intensive. Getting these tiles in also just adds that little bit of shine to the water, which is kind of what you want, and it just makes this whole thing already just feel a lot more complete. So really happy that we can finally get these in. And then we can finally start working again on the towers. These have needed to get built for quite a long time, and they have just been so parts intensive that because I didn't have the parts, I was not really able to make much progress on them. But now with these new orders, I think I pretty much have all the parts I need to complete them, so we can finally get some good progress, just adding some different coloration in the rocks to make it look a little bit more detailed and broken, and I think it's looking really, really good. So I have gotten a little carried away with this build. You can see I totally changed up how I was doing the road here, and I wanted to have a patch, or actually multiple patches, where it kind of looked a little bit more like cobblestone, or like it was broken up a little bit. So I have a bunch of round tiles here, and then even some just different patches of different colors of tiles and things that I think makes it look a lot more interesting. So it's a little bit more uniform over here, a little bit more uniform back over there, but I think overall that looks really good. I also added this little like fire pedestal here. It just felt like it needed something to break up the wall, just because it was this really long wall, and yeah, it just needed a little bit of something there. So I did that. I've added some like foliage here and there, started working on that. And then here is what the water is looking like too. It looks so much better now that it is all tiled off nicely. And I've had a little bit of raised parts here and there, which just kind of add a little bit of depth so it's not completely flat. That I think helps add a lot of interest just by doing that. And then up here, I have started working on the gateway, just getting that worked out. The split is right here and goes all the way back, and so this tower is going to be disconnected, and you can see because of that I'm having to not connect this archway as well. But I think that's going to work out okay. That's been a little difficult to try to figure out in the first place, but I think it is definitely coming together. So now we're just going to keep working on these towers and the gate and all of that, and then we still need to finish off the landscape area over here. And then we can add some more trees, and this thing will be coming together pretty nicely. I have just continued raising up these 2 towers, and they're getting close to the height now that I think they're going to end up at. I am probably just going to have them like a brick or 2 taller, but that's roughly the height that I was thinking, and I just need to finish off these windows and then see how much space I need on top of that before I can cap it off, and then that's going to be a problem in and of itself to figure out how I'm going to do that. I also finished this little roof area here. It's using this sand green with all these different pieces, and then let's see if I can open this a little bit. In the inside there's just this stack of bricks that's just kind of laying there with some tiles, and then these this front and back part are on these hinge pieces, and they're just kind of angled there. And then I put this I don't really know what it's called, but just these like cone pieces on top, just to kind of give it like a little topper there. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I wasn't sure how I was going to figure that out, but it came together somehow, so I'm happy with it. But now we pretty much just need to finish these towers, do some finishing details on the back, and finish this area, add some foliage and trees, and then this thing is getting really close to done. And of course we need to add some characters and minifigures, which I'll have to figure out as well. But this thing is really coming along quite nicely. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I really now I'm gonna have to start scrambling to finish this thing, just because the deadline is coming up for the convention that I'm displaying this at. So I need to make sure it's obviously finished by then. So I'm gonna be scrambling to try to get this thing done. But hopefully the next video should be the last one on this thing before it is completely done. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.